So guys, many men dream of love. They dream of having a beautiful life with their partner and have joyous life for the rest of their lives. However, when this topic of marriage comes up, suddenly a lot of men get scared and fear grips them. Little wonder, why do men actually fear marriage? Why is it that men are ready to be in a relationship with a lady for as long as it takes? But as soon as that commitment of marriage comes up as a topic, you see them begin to cower. They begin to get scared and fear takes over. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the reasons why men fear marriage and how the two couple, rather the man and his partner, can find a way around it, overcome these fears, and be able to live beautiful and joyous life that they have actually wanted. If this is your first time seeing my face, my name is Michael. This is my channel. If you're here to subscribe, do so. Why not do so now? Remember to give us a thumbs up if you like the video, and don't forget to share, because as you share it, the algorithm picks it up and shares it to many other people. Okay? Thank you for doing that. So let's dive into the business of today, okay? So why do many men fear marriage? Why is it that as soon as marriage comes up as a topic of discussion, men suddenly lose that boldness in them? Let's look at the reasons, okay? And see what can be done about them. Number one reason that I'm going to be talking about today, why men fear marriage, is for fear of freedom. Yeah. Fear of losing their freedom. You know, a lot of men seem to find marriage to be like a form of what I call it, bond, slavery, a form of entanglement, a web that you cannot get out of, and as soon as you get into that web, you get stuck. Not a pleasant web, that they don't see it as being pleasant. It's like a form of a necessary evil. But a lot of men, when they consider it, they feel, I don't think I'm ready to get hooked or committed to this lady. Yes, I love her, but marriage, wow, that's like topic for another day. So fear of freedom, because men, you know, a lot of men value their bachelor life, their singlehood, because it gives them freedom to move about, freedom to take decisions, freedom to travel, freedom to decide where they want to stay, freedom to spend their money the way they want, freedom not to take up responsibility. I think that's what we'll call it. That's why there's this general notion outside that if you are not married, they say you're not a responsible man, because your ability to take up responsibility, to face marriage, means you are ready to take up responsibility. That's why they say boys don't get married. So it's not by age. You can actually be 30 and still be a boy. Yeah, there are so many boys today living in their mother's house who cannot stand and take a decision as a man. So it's not by age. So fear of losing freedom is a major one. Because men feel their life will no longer be the same. So what do we do about it? Okay? Solution is the man and the woman that plan to get married, they have to sit down, of course, and talk about the future, talk about their plans. The man, at this point, needs to let the woman know his kind of a person, what he likes doing, what he doesn't like doing. You don't have to be pretentious as a man. A man should be a man. Tell your lady what you like doing, what you tolerate, and what you don't like, okay? Don't pretend when you're in a relationship as a man. Men should never pretend for a woman. A man should be himself, especially if you're the type that has this fear of losing your freedom as soon as you get married or committed. So come out clean, come out clear, come out honest. Honesty is key. That's my number one point. Number 2 point is fear of failure or divorce. Failure, yes. Today, society has showed us clearly, now without any ambiguity, that so many marriages have failed. So many marriages that started well, started on a good footing, but all of a sudden you hear that they've crashed. Today, in modern times especially, there have been so many crashed marriages, so many broken homes, There are so many divorces. Like today now, divorce is like part of the norm. Gone are the days like back in Africa where to speak of divorces is taboo, it's tabulicious. There's anything like that. It's all like a taboo for a man or a woman to say they want to divorce. Because like Africa, for instance, they see marriages as for better, for worse. In fact, in the days of our parents, like in the days of my fathers, the woman rather die in the marriage than to leave her husband. Yes, that was how serious it was. You see so many women, even if their marriages were not happy, they still stay there, they're stuck in it, because they see it as that's the contract they've signed for life. Whatever happens, whatever they see, they take it. In fact, when some parents are marrying out their kids, they tell them, stay in your husband's, I don't want to see you back home here. Whatever you see in your marriage, stay there. So at times, it can be giving them a death sentence without the parents even realizing it. So that is how serious marriage is. Okay? In Europe, of course, we know the reverse is the case. The love can be for a month or two, can be for 6 months. They can even get married after 6 months. Then on the 7th month, they break up and divorce. Everybody goes their separate ways. That's culture. Okay? So men, because of fear of divorce, can be from their own experiences, or maybe from their parents, their neighbors, their family members, their friends who may have divorced, or whose marriages are failed and that they are aware of. In fact, it's so bad that at times you even married people confiding in single people for advice. That's how failed some marriages can be. Marry somebody that's married, that has a wife or a husband in the house, seeking advice from single people. So to show how bad that marriage is. So men, single guys, I rather remain single than face this type of problem that my friend is having. So that fear, of past failures or people's experiences, people don't want to go through it. So what's the solution? Trust has to be built. A man and a woman that wants to get married, they need to build trust. That's why it's recommended these days that you try to at least know your wife, know your husband. It's good you start as friends, so you get to know each other. Then after friendship, then courtship starts. Courtship should last at least a year, Though people do get married after 6 months, but you should know your partner. Okay, it's not actually by number of years. We've seen people that have courted for 10 years, and after 10 years, they get married, and the 11th year, they get divorced. Yes, we've seen it. We've seen all those things. So it's not by the length of the courtship. It's by actually getting to know your partner through constant meetings, through honesty, through transparency, through being yourself, and through giving out the right vibes as well. So these are some of the fears why men tend to run away from marriages. But all hope is not lost. So you have to remember that the success that is made in any marriage is as a result of, is a function of the progress that both partners may have made along the line, in the course of the months as they follow each other. Okay? So, and get to know each other. So let's talk about financial pressure. That's number 3. Financial pressure. These days that economy seems to be nosediving, a lot of men are in financial mess, even as single people. So a lot of single guys are in financial crisis. So financial pressure is a huge stress point for single people. We cannot downplay this. So a guy that is struggling to cater for himself feels is a bigger ask, bigger burden for him to now start thinking of getting married. There's a tribe in Nigeria. I'm sure everybody knows it. There's a tribe in Nigeria that the mindset they have is that you don't rush into things like marriage. The first thing for you to do as a man is to make the money. So they spend probably the first 30 years of their life running after the money. Responsible tribe. They learn the trade. They are very enterprising. They go after skill. They go after skill and experience, and they become a master of their trade. They don't mind spending the first 30 years learning things and making the money. this tribe I'm talking about, they don't go after getting married early. Why? Because one of the things they say about marriage is that marriage is a big ask. And as a responsible man, that there's no point getting married to a lady that you cannot take care of. So they rather do the first 30 years of their life, some even do 40, trying to make the money. So that as soon as they bring in their partner, they will have enough money to cater her. That is how a responsible man should be. Makes sense? Good. However, a lot of men these days cannot cope with the financial pressure. So they see making a commitment, as a big ask, because they don't want to get married and not being able to provide or provide enough. Men are loving people. No man wants to marry a woman and at the end of the day, he begins to maltreat her rather. No, men are not built that way. When a man says I love you and he says he wants to marry you, then he wants to marry you. That's why you see when men are married these days, they hardly ever break up with their wives. Men show commitment and they stay committed to their wife. Even if the man is cheating, he stays committed to his wife. He still comes back to his wife. So financial pressure is a big ask for men. That's why some men run away from marriages. That's number 3 point. Number 4 point is emotional vulnerability. Even men are emotionally vulnerable. Even men can be emotionally vulnerable. There's an expectation from society that once you're a man and you're of a particular age, you're expected to do something. You're expected to get married, irrespective of whether you are financially capable, emotionally available, or you are ready to get committed. But because of the pressure and the demands of the society, a lot of people, they begin to cave in into the what society expects of them, and not necessarily what they are ready to give back. That's why you see a lot of men, they even get married even without. Some men get married in their parents' house. Some men get married and the homes they bring their wives into have been funded by their parents. Then why do you get married when you know you are not able to cater for the lady? Just because they want to, bow to societal pressure. So the emotional vulnerability, some men are guilty of this. They are guilty of this. So because of the experiences a lot of men have seen, that other men have experienced, which was not palatable, they tend to pull away or shy away from making commitments to ladies, So in a marriage requires openness and emotional sharing. Both partners have to, they have to intertwine. They have to share ideas. They have to collaborate. They have to work closely, so that this marriage of a thing can work. So that it can work. So you have to create a safe emotional space, as a man, where you and your partner can share thoughts. Don't judge your partner. Remember, when you are going to marriage, you should not judge the other person. Don't judge your partner. You have to be willing. You have to be a loving heart. You have to be a loving man, so that your partner can open up to you. Come out clean. He that goes to equity must what? Go with clean hands. So if you expect your partner to be clean, then you yourself should be clean and transparent and honest in your relationship. That's my number 4 point. Number 5 points. Fear of unrealistic expectation. Men are scared of this. Unfortunately, sorry to say, a lot of ladies these days, they live in Lulu land. There's anything like that. They live in Baluba kingdom. They live in a place where they build castles in the air, where the expectations for a man that is just starting a life might just be too much and unbearable. Yes, there are so many ladies with unrealistic expectations from a man. See, marriage is a partnership. If you are not ready to go into that partnership with the man, then don't go. Because a lot of men get scared of getting married these days because of this fear of unrealistic expectations. Grow with your man. A lady needs to learn how to grow with his or her man. So as a man, you go for a lady that will match up with your expectations of what you are able to afford at that time T. A man and a woman should come together and make it work. You have to collaborate, bring your resources together, your ideas, bring it together. It shouldn't be one-sided. The fact that a man is getting married doesn't mean that he should get himself overloaded and die untimely death just because he's trying to cater for your needs. So ladies need to come down from that high horse, reduce your expectations, be ready to build with the man. Marriage is not a license for for an open check from a man. No, marriage is a partnership. It means you are ready to build a future. So instead of men getting scared of getting married because of women setting unrealistic expectations, the ladies perhaps need to do better at that. Learn to encourage your man. Learn to encourage your fiancé. If you love a man and you are committed to him, then you should plan with him. You shouldn't burden him or saddle him with unrealistic expectations. Maybe all the things they need to buy for your mother, for your grandfather, for your grandmother, for your kinsmen. Some married, some like Africa, for instance. There are some cultures and traditions that they even say they sell out their daughters because of the bans from the man. But I think it's changing these days because at least we hear stories. So, lady, do not burden your partner with unrealistic expectations. These men can cover. A man can actually love you genuinely, but the idea of having to cater for all your needs can make him chicken out. Okay, that's my number 5 point. Number 6, past relationship or childhood trauma. A lot of people have experienced childhood trauma. It's an open secret. A lot of people, both male and female, have experienced childhood trauma. They've seen their parents argue and fight every day. They've seen their fathers beat up their mothers every day. They've seen lots of failed marriages every day. So a situation whereby the man is unable to live with that aspect of life, it could make him be scared, and that could prevent him from going into marriage, because he might just say, that when he remembers how his father used to beat his mom, he doesn't want to become that type of man. So he'd rather not go into marriage so that he doesn't become like his father. He doesn't want to become like his father. So that trauma can haunt a man for a very long time. So ladies, draw your man close. Be that shoulder for him to cry on. Be that part in the back. Encourage him. And of course, ladies, watch out for red flags. Okay? In trying to help him overcome that trauma, please watch out for red flags. Because at times, this trauma is so traumatic that when the boy has become a man that now gets married, that has a wife in the house, unfortunately, some of them end up becoming like their fathers. So ladies, watch out for red flags. You don't want to die in marriage. So either you stay single and live your life to the fullest, than to get married and then go to your early grave. Okay? Then finally, my number 7 point, which I love so much, is fear of change. I don't know why people get scared of change. A lot of people get scared of change. Even men, because they are so used to that single life, that bubble life, that life of not being accountable to anybody. They get scared of, all of a sudden, one lady will be calling you at 9 o'clock and asking you, Okoro, where are you? Oluwasegun, Ibolowa. They get scared, like, what's happening? No. They don't want to hear the story, So, fear of change. They just want to be the same way. No. It's only a madman that continues to do the same thing and expects different results. You want to have what I call it, Unamdi and sons, but you're not ready to get married or start having children. Then how do you want the sons to come? You have to get committed. You have to change. Change is the only constant thing in life. That's it. It's only constant in life. So you have to embrace change as growth opportunity, an opportunity for growth. If you are a person or you're a man and you embrace change the way you should be, I tell you, you see yourself growing. You soar high like an eagle. because change is the only constant in life. So be ready for change, positive change, I mean, not negative change. I remember some people sometime in a country promised change, and by the time they gave change to the people saw themselves in a different land. They carried them to where they don't know. So if you have watched me thus far, today is your first time seeing me, my name is Mike, it's my channel. Thank you. Subscribe, do so, and follow me. And so in conclusion, so marriage isn't about losing your freedom, okay? Your money or your peace. No. It's about gaining a partner. If you see marriage as an opportunity to gain a partner, I tell you want to get married every day. Because you have somebody that will always be there for you to talk to, that will comfort you, that will love you, that will kiss you, that will make love to you, give you children, give you a beautiful home, give you ideas, become a better part of you. You see yourself thrive so much. Thank you so much. It's a very long but it's something to talk about. Appreciate it thus far. And see you on my next one. Cheers.